happier than ever. And okay, so I have this Q&A, which means that you can ask me questions and I'm playing songs. And I have a multi-instrumental questions. So if you have a question about cornet, go ahead and ask me. I have the stream here. And it's mainly for patrons. So I see if you are a patron and you post on the Patreon app, in the Patreon app, I will see it instant and answer. I've been around the world in a plane, set a revolutions in Spain. Then awful I've charted, but can't get started with you. And at a golf course I'm under par. Little movies want me to star. I got a house and a show place, but can't get no place with you. You're so supreme. Lyrics I write of you scheme for a side of you dream day and night of you, baby. But what good does it do? I'm being consulted by Franklin dear. Greta Garbo had me to tea, but now I'm broken hearted. I can't get started with you. So Kelly is asking, what was your first love, singing or instrument? I remember I was playing with my family when I was very small. It was a mix. My first absolute fall in love music was Billie Holiday. I was Strange Fruit, as I remember. And then I forgot about that, and then I listened to Bix, and then I listened to Ellington. This is when I'm 7, 8 or something, so it was very early. I also listened to Renaissance music and, other stuff. Let's see what questions we have here. Hi from Sweden. Hello. Do you hear Latin music as salsa or no, so it's a very interesting question here. Do you hear? So we have in jazz, for example, we have often, as I play old style of jazz, so in a set list, song list, when you present a song, there shall always be a, because the old jazz has a very clear connection to the Caribbean islands and so. Which I would say is a begin, but we call it, okay, play rumba or something like that. So we're mainly when we say, so Latin today though means bossa nova, something like this. But I don't have a clear idea of Latin. I have though been dancing salsa and rumba and cha-cha-cha and so. But that's another thing. I also took a class actually with Afro-Cuban All-Stars in Cuban so rhythms. It was not easy. It was not easy. It was interesting and actually difficult to learn. Salsa, yeah. What's your favorite instrument? I have wonderful questions here. Hello, Korea. Hey, from Cajun country, Louisiana. Hello, Steve. Oh, gloomy Sunday. My God. Oh, wow. So I'm Abby. I have a question here from AB. Can you please do an Australian tour? So I have a time limit, and time is my only limit, I say to myself. So this springtime I will go to Europe and I will tour America. Let's see what's going, because PMJ offered me a tour in Australia for 1 month, but I stay in America where I have my family right now, so even if America is super big, so I'm close to them, and so I will come to Australia, but it will take like next year. Next year I'll come. Hallo München, Grüße aus München, Grüße zu München. Hey Aneby. Okay, let's go on with the next question here. Oh, we have Stefan says, I love gloomy Sunday. Sunday is gloomy. I swear Monday. Dearest the shadows I lay with an little white flowers will never awaken you. Not where that black coat that ever has taken you. I have no fears of ever returning you. I'll be blessing you. Gloomy Sunday. Oh, great song. So I mixed up the words. One of the songs that I have listened to a lot. Okay. Are there any other musical ancestors in your family history? London's and Patrick, Ireland. No, I don't have any. So my ancestor, if the question was to me from Patrick. So the question is that my ancestors were on my mother's side. One side was folk musicians, like walking around in the 19th century from wedding to wedding and play like. So that was my grandfather's grandfather. He was like a star on fiddle. And on the other side, but also on my mother's side, they worked on the opera. So they were classical educated. And that was my grandfather's mother's father. He worked at the opera. And they created like a concert hall and everything. So it was a very exciting time when you built up concert halls for symphony orchestras and opera houses and so. Yeah. That was how it was. 19th century stuff. Oh, hey Adelaide from Australia. I was there. Hello, Tim. Let's see if we have any other questions. Peanut vendor. Oh, wonderful. I take my trumpet here. Then we have how many instruments? Here is another question. Anne Moore, my Facebook follower, wants to know how many instruments I play. And I counted once to 35, but let's see. Trombone, trumpet, recorder, piano, accordion, harmonica, recorder, flute, oboe. So far 9. Tap dancing 10. Ukulele. Great instrument. Let's see if I have any Patreon questions here. So, welcome new patrons. Well, so far I don't have any Patreon questions, so I go back to the stream here. So Philippe Oliveira is asking if I play some samba. I would say like another question. Did I hear that you are beginning to study the clarinet? No, I don't, but I play oboe. Well, clarinet. No. The thing is that Eden had a dream of playing saxophone, so we played, and we have been playing a lot. And it has been a great journey and experience to everything, to capture how to play a melody jazzy, how to play a melody and make it interesting for the listener. For example, we played So we found out that to play like slurs and slides and also to fall and have a vibrato is very in Eden's case not too intense. So yeah, we have a lot of discussion about the right feeling because that's what everything is about. Oh, I also love the Latin bossa nova. I love it. So Mark Gillet has a question here. I've been playing jazz for a while. How do I start to play jazz? So this is what I like to play. If I play blues in C, so you can the left hand here can do the rhythm, but I would say it would sound more interesting if you have the third and the seven. Only the third and the seven. Leave out everything. So 4 beats in every bar. Oh, sorry. So you can begin with, for example, Tin Roof Blues in C. Oh, that's better too. So we cannot slide on the piano down like we can. So we have to do, or like a few or a lot of piano players that do like this. When they do the blues note, they put so the blue note here is in C is a D and an E flat together. Octaves and a trill. So when you think of jazz, you often think, oh, it's so many notes and where shall I begin? But just play a simple melody like Tin Roof Blues is a good one. It's my tip. Let's see if it helps you. But, I have jazz. I put on notes and sheet music and arrangements. All arrangements that I do, I put out on my Patreon. Who is the girl in your band? She is playing on guitar. Oh, that's if I don't know what I have two. I have two bands. One in Sweden, and that's my family, and I have one here. So in Sweden, it's my niece, and she plays banjo. And here in America, it's my neighbor. She plays ukulele. So I don't know which one, but they are wonderful both. And play wonderful. Jeg elsker deg. Nice. Sweet Georgia Brown. How many instruments? Oh, I already have this. Okay. Pennies from Heaven. So if you have any questions, because I take Q&A today and song requests Friday. Okay, so Jody Edwards right here. What advice would you give to someone who is trying to improve their vocal improv skills? So then, if you do improvisations, it is like improv on an instrument. So you use the voice more like an instrument. So we have bass in street, normal song. Bass in street. Now I sing the melody. Is the street where the folks they all meet in New Orleans, the land of dreams. You never know as it seems, so just how really good it means. Oh, now you improvise. Or if you want a scat, so it's like I used to riff. Fellas, tip your hat because you know that she's a cat. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her Sweet Georgia Brown. So really amazing scat singers is Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, who actually invented the whole thing, and then also Cab Calloway is a good scat singer, and yeah, a part of jazz is that you should master to leave the melody in a very nice way without making the listeners nervous that you are lost, but you shall leave the melody and like improve it a little, even if you're just singing the melody. Oh, thank you, Billy. Thank you. You are living such a wonderful life. You were talking about being invited to play in Lincoln's. Hey, Lorraine. Hello, Lorraine. You were talking about being invited to play at Lincoln Center and felt connected to Berlin. Couldn't you do both in a trip? You know, fate is the strongest decision. So fate, I let fate decide what to do. We have to see what happens in the future. The thing is, Birdland is my home. Birdland is my home. I don't know if they want me there. That's another question. But I feel like it was just a joke. I feel very welcome there. But that's my home. So I feel so good there. Oh, you're Charleston. Thank you, Sante. Erik Berg is wondering, hur mycket improviserar du i dina låtar? Är det the present movement and just use you as a transformer or another level, if you understand what I mean? Okay. Erik Berg is wondering how much I'm improvising, which is a very good question because we have all of a better key. All of me. Why not take all of me? Oh, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them, oh yeah. So you can do like fill in. Everything is about as an artist, you must have good taste, you must be interesting, you must touch the listener. So you must have something to say, which means don't try to say too much. It's a very good rule to think. Deliver good phrases. And then when it comes to old jazz, which I play a lot, form is very interesting. So we have Panama. Introduction. Now comes A. So it's a rag, so A goes 2 times. B. So the form powers the music here. Like A, we opened up a landscape. It was like a postcard saying, hi, here we are happy here. Like, okay, now B, okay, the landscape has changed a little, and that powers also I cannot just crazy improvise here. First present the melody and then try to okay, so the melody can be it's minimalistic, but you do because now we were like maybe on the countryside, but the landscape changed, and now suddenly we see on a distance a city there, or maybe we are floating on a river or something. So there must be, okay, now more energy. Give space to the others. Now comes the clarinet in and fill in. So, and then when the clarinet has filled this space in between my phrases in the form, the trombone pushes in the new. So, for example, fill clarinet, clarinet. Now the trombone has an enormous pushing. Shall push the rhythm and the energy. Like with a syncopation, a long run of syncopation. Now comes C, new form. Now little more angry. More wonderful. Now we come to what the old composers would have called like the song theme or the trio theme. We will not play ABC after this. We will only focus on this, and the solos are in this. And here it comes. What I shall do as a trumpet player is to serve the melody here, light, and like make people dance, make them feel good, but serve the melody and let the other musicians around you, like clarinet, trombone, saxophone, piano, let them fill. So I need to think of don't fill in yourself. I play for you and show. So I don't feel like, so here is the melody. Here is a little gap, so let the others play in between, and so I don't play like because space between phrases makes it swing more. actually, more groove, actually. Yeah, long answer on a very short question. So what shall I say? I improvise all the time, but not too much, because what I want as a jazz musician is to be in the moment. So you have to like take in the whole music, be in the middle of the music, like music was the bubble, and then bring the listener in your inspiration. That include everybody else in your inspiration. So that is how I think. Yeah, long answer, long story short. Just play and see what's happening. Okay, you're listening from Norway. Hello, Norway. Gert is asking how many instruments can Eden and Viggo play? So they have an idea. Viggo has an idea of he plays a little clarinet, drums, guitar, bass, a little piano. Yeah. And Eden, she plays a lot of instruments, like tuba, which means that she has an idea of trumpet also, trombone, saxophone, violin, ukulele. She sings, piano. Yeah, she plays a lot. Okay, so it's very interesting. You have wonderful questions. I love your questions. I hope I can answer them in a good way. Oh, thank you, everybody. You look beautiful today. Everybody's beautiful today. I don't know what it is. It's spring is on its way. So we have more questions. Any tips for Scat? Okay, the boring answer and the wonderful answer is listen to how the masters do. And when it comes to trad, a part of trad is that you shall begin with copy the old masters and see, well, not copy, but you shall look, what are they doing? Because they didn't have a school where they wrote books like Hector Berlioz, the composer, or he wrote a book on composing. But the old masters, they recorded thousands of records where we can hear how this music, how their ideas were. And so we can go to the records. I know there are good orchestration and composing books also in jazz. But if we want to go to how did, for example, Johnny Roth play or something, so he is a great master and inventor of like so many things, of style and everything. Okay, so how did he do? What did he do here? And so our books are actually records. So go to the records and see. For example, the first scat is that you root around the melody. I got the heebies, got the jeebies. Up ba doo ba doo 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 da ba doo doo ba ba da doo ba ba doo 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 da da doo 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 ba doo doo da. Oh, come on, da da da. Do the thing, I do the heebie-jeebies. Oh, hot mama. You can always, as Armstrong, say baby and hot mama or something in between. Oh, yes. David Whitty, he really liked Att angöra en brygga. The arrangement was lovely and spot on. Did you or Eden choose a song? So, all the songs that Eden sing is that she has found out herself. And as internet is today, it's like a stream of billion things every day. So, one day she has heard Old Cape Cod with Patti Page, and I haven't heard it before because I didn't listen to so much to Wonderful, but anyway, I didn't listen so much to Patty Page. But now she listened. I never listened active to Doris Day, but then my daughter, she heard on TikTok or something, so this is how it is. And then she heard Monica Zetterlund, and I listened in a different way. I started with Bessie Smith and then Billie Holiday and so, and of course I also liked, yeah, there are a lot, but she finds the songs herself. Rule number one, you must love what you do. So when people are interested in anything, if a musician is interested in playing a song, that will be the best. And then I can add, okay, so this song sounds like this, so Eden liked Cherokee. Then I say, okay, if you like Cherokee, you will also like, you know Cherokee. Cherokee baby, since first I met you, I can't forget you. Cherokee baby. Then you will probably also like there will be many other nights like this, and I'll be standing here with someone new. There will be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring, but there will never be another you. Maybe you will also like I Remember You, or a cigarette that bear some lipstick traces, an airline ticket to romantic places. So this is what I do, because I have a big repertoire, knowledge of the repertoire in my head. So when someone comes up, like, for example, British, he played Moonglow, and then he loved Memories of You, and then there is a whole like other songs in that kind of style. It was just an example. Don't forget the washboard. Oh, we need to have a class in washboard, actually. I don't know where my washboard is now, but you know, it's not easy to play washboard. It's like a whole science. I just tell you, I need to have a class in washboard. Oh, I love to play sax. I actually love to play sax. The thing is that oboe, also bagpipe, of course, saxophone, clarinet has a different kind of embouchure. And I'm afraid of, okay, so this is only me, but I have a feeling it destroys my trumpet and trombone embouchure. So I play it when I don't have, like, when I'm alone in alone in your room with all your smiles away. Then I take up my saxophone and play. So I love saxophone. Okay, I play harp. Yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention that. Harp. So I love to play sax, actually, and I love saxophone. But now Eden is playing sax, and so there is something with playing instrument that when somebody else play that instrument, you shall not take the instrument and just play. You shall like give space to the other person to play his or her instrument. Like that's, yeah, it's a whole philosophy. So music is so close connected to personal feeling and your personal relationship to music, and so it's so strange, and every person is different from the other. So yeah, there is not two musicalities that are the same. Hello, everyone. Kazoo! Kazoo! Yeah! Red Mackenzie. Okay. How much do you improve when you play and sing? So the thing with I have a question here from Erik Berg. Yeah, the problem when you sing is that you need to learn to improvise, because often musicians play in one key and it doesn't fit the female voice or your voice, because we have at least 4 different types of voice. We have soprano, alto, tenor, baritone and bass. We have 5 different types of normal vocal ranges, which means that if we play a very common and easy way with key to play, for example, when you're smiling, is B flat. B flat is very easy to play. It's like it's C for trumpet. So easy to play, but not for the female singer though, because when you're smiling, Billie Holiday sings it 1/5 down. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, so it's E flat. Then it doesn't fit for the trumpet player, because you must have an embouchure, and in the end, it's high. It will go high, and you must have your embouchure in order, and everyone cannot asking him from himself to be a Louis Armstrong with an endless range of high notes and so. So many times you need to either learn to improvise and leave the melody in a very nice way, that so it's, because, like, for example, when you're smiling, oh, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. No, it will go too high for me. Oh, when you're laughing, oh, the sun keeps shining through, but when you're crying. So that's a whole, I could write a whole book of like not a problem, but there are no problems, there are only fantastic things that can happen. But if you're practicing music, if you're in music, you know that what the key that the band plays is not the key that the female singer is comfortable with singing in. So I write a lot of books. There are always 2 different keys. One that is easy for the band, and then the piano player, do a little modulation. The band stops when you're smiling, and there comes the female singer in, and she sing. When you're crying, oh, you bring down the rain. When it's over, the piano player do a little modulation again. If it's just the easiest way, you go from the 5th, you fall from the 5th down, also from the dominant to the root position or tonica. There we go, and now we are back in the comfort zone key again for the band. Yeah, that's how it is. It was many words about something very, actually. Okay, David Whitty, you're a patron, but today you're a YouTuber. Yeah. But this little, I will have this class up for 1 week and then I take it away because it's actually for patrons. But I want everyone to see that you can put questions, but I will cut it up and put on Patreon the questions and so. Oh, yes. I love Brazil, me too. Am I after in the questions? Well, we're done with this Q&A. I love your questions. When will you come to France in July? So there was a lot of questions about improv, jazz improvising on vocal. And I would say that the most important is that you do transitions, like articulation, like, because that has a drive to do. All right, now. Okay, everybody. What was the first instrument I was playing? I played the drums. I was playing drums. That was my first instrument. Great. So, Jean Parrish, what size of trombone mouthpiece do I have? So I always have very common 7C. We call so it's not nothing special. If it's too flat, you can take very high notes, but you cannot. It will sound a little treble-ish. And if it's too deep, it will sound like a flugelhorn, and you will have difficulties taking the high notes. But it will have a smooth, soft tone. Okay, we need a TED Talk about mouthpieces. Next time. Wow, we have so many interesting things to talk about, but Stina is wondering where I get my clothes from. Well, so I'm really interested and I love fashion, like classic fashion. So I found this in Sweden. I'm not so far. I'm not internet shopping yet because it's hard to see what size it is, and so I want to So I go to stores actually, and sometimes I don't care so much about that it's perfect because I'm sewing a lot, so I little here and little there, and I fix and tricks, and I retail it. Yeah, so of course my influence is classic American style. Yeah, Paris of course as well. Paris. David Whitty. Yes. I checked the stream here of your questions because soon this Q&A is over. Okay. Improvisation is Steve Byrne writes. Improvisation is good when you forget the words. Yeah, you must always know a little to improvise. It's good, especially for me. I forget words and I mix them and I say so crazy things. So for me, it's like a lifesaver to improvise. No, Lorraine is asking if I make up my own words, but I wouldn't say I do because um, I use the words given like like more. That's more what I do. I don't make up own words. Maybe I should invent a new language. I talked to Gerd, my sister, about that. So I think so. David Whitty is now asking if Viggo is going to sing, and I think so. Yeah, he passed the crack voice age, and my own theory: if you want something, then it will be very good. So if he didn't want to sing for almost 2 years now. Okay, I'm not forcing him. But when he wants to sing again, I mean, well, then he's welcome. So that's how it is. Yes. Okay, so I have some wonderful followers here. Will you come to Frankfurt? Gregory Foglia. Will you come to Frankfurt? I will come to Dresden, Eastern Germany. But I have nothing planned, uh, as I remember, in Frankfurt. It will come. As I always say, when fate wants, then I'm there. I hope somebody in New Orleans invites you guys. I hope somebody in New Orleans invites you guys there. Yeah. Maybe. So the calendar is full. If they invite me, I will be over happy. But there are so many places to play. So I'm happy everywhere, actually. Hello, Tom. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Now I go to the end of the stream so I don't miss. Okay, so I see if I have any more questions. Yeah, so the saying, I have this saying, go with the flow. So Viggo has been enormous inspired in playing drums. So 1 year he was only playing guitar, and his heroes was this classic rock stars like, yeah, all of them, Jimmy Page and so. So he was copying everything with those. And then he went over to drums. And now, so he's playing drums like 5-6 hours a day in his room. And I know that's the biggest gift in your life. It's to be inspired. So he's very inspired. So when it comes to Viggo, so far, I'm not worried because he's inspired. And actually, it feels like we are good friends. So we are always like, everything can change from day to day because my kids are teenagers. So he seems very happy, and so he happy with music and in it, and that's everything that counts. To be in it, like inspired. I think I'm fine so far. I'm having a dinner with my neighbors tonight, so I'm gonna prepare a little. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. But I wish you all the very best. I'll be back with a piano chat Friday and a live concert Sunday, and then I go on tour to Florida. And after Florida, I go to Denmark. No! Yeah. I don't remember, but I go to Denmark. And then I go on tour with Postmodern Jukebox. And after that, I do my tour with my own band. Oh, I play in Oakland in February and in Petaluma. So it's a little California tour. After Florida, I do California tour, and then I'm going to Illinois in April. Great. Yeah, everybody, you are wonderful. And Maria Henrietta Svemark is in the stream, I see, and she's coming to the party tonight, so hopefully. So everybody out there, you're wonderful, and yeah, just have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. And if you like this Q&A, give thumbs up. And if you like my music channel, tip me. It's PayPal or Venmo, and become my patron. All the best. Bye bye.